Welcome to A Slice with Dice, where we explore the real-life experiences of school leadership. I'm Corey Alderdice, Executive Director of the Arkansas School for Mathematics, Sciences, and the Arts. I'm a seasoned school administrator of specialized programs and will share personal reflections, lessons learned, and insights from the ever-evolving world of education. Whether you're a teacher, leader, parent, or simply passionate about schools, join me as we dive into the challenges and triumphs of guiding schools and shaping our communities. Here's this week's thought. We're diving into something that hits close to home for every school leader: how to truly get buy-in for the big changes and initiatives we all dream of implementing. The kinds of ideas that could transform a school culture, improve student outcomes, and create the kind of environment where everyone thrives. Now, I came across a quote recently that really got me thinking. It goes something like this: if your solution to a problem relies on the phrase, "if everyone would just," then you don't actually have a solution. Everyone is not going to just. At no time in the history of the universe has everyone just, and they're not going to start now. Now, this struck a chord with me, because how many times have we found ourselves saying, if everyone would just get on board, this would work? Or if teachers would just follow this plan, or if students would just. But the reality is, that's not how change happens. Not in schools, not in life. Everyone is not going to just anything. So how does we as school leaders move beyond the "if everyone would just" mindset and actually get people to want to come along for the ride? It starts with understanding that real buy-in comes from engagement, discussion, and creating a shared vision that people can see themselves in. Let's talk about engagement first. Schools are all about relationships, right? If we want our staff, students, and even parents to be excited about new programs or approaches, we can't just present a plan and expect automatic enthusiasm. We've got to invite people into the process early on, and that means asking questions, listening, really listening to their concerns and ideas. And I don't mean just going through the motions. People know when you're asking for their input just to check a box. Real engagement is about sitting down and saying, "Hey, here's what we're thinking. What are your thoughts? What worries you about this? What excites you?" It's a conversation, not a monologue. You see, when people feel heard, when they feel like their voice matters, you'd be amazed at how much more willing they are to jump on board. Even if they don't agree with everything, there's this sense of shared ownership. It's no longer my initiative, it's our initiative. And that brings me to the next piece: open discussion. We know that in schools, it's easy to get caught up in the day-to-day whirlwind. But if we don't carve out space for meaningful discussions, we miss the opportunity to build consensus. And consensus isn't about just getting 100% agreement on every little thing. It's about making sure everyone's voice is a part of the conversation and finding common ground. A lot of times, we as leaders might avoid open discussion because, let's face it, they can get messy. People will disagree. Some folks might be really passionate in their opposition to what they're trying to do, but that's okay. In fact, that's good. If people feel safe enough to express their concerns, that's actually a sign of a healthy institutional culture. A professor once explained to me that the only way to raise a kite is into the wind. The goal should never be to stifle dissent, but to generate productive debate that leads to better outcomes. In these discussions, then, it's key to frame everything around the why. Why are we making this change? Why is this new approach important? When you tie things back to your school's core values and the ultimate goal, student success, teacher empowerment, a thriving community, then even those who might be skeptical have a greater tendency to see the bigger picture. And that's where the shared vision comes in. You can't have buy-in without a shared vision. People need to see themselves in the story you're telling. If your vision doesn't resonate with the lived experiences of your teachers, students, or parents, it's not going to stick. They need to feel like this is for me. This is something I want to be a part of. I've seen school leaders who have a vision so compelling, so clear, that people naturally want to be a part of it. It's not about forcing anyone. It's about painting a picture of a future that's so appealing, so aligned with what everyone wants for their students and their school community, that people start thinking, how can I contribute to this? That's the magic of a shared vision. But let's be real for a second. Even with all the engagement, all the open discussion, and the most inspiring shared vision, there will still be some people who resist. And that's okay. We don't need everyone to just agree on everything. What we need is enough momentum, enough positive energy to move the work forward. And over time, even the doubters might start to see the value in what you're doing. I think that's why it's so important to keep the focus on progress rather than perfection. We don't need to get everything right on the first try. What we need is to keep moving in the right direction, even if it's slow at first. And we need to celebrate the small wins along the way. So if you're a school leader feeling stuck because you're waiting for everyone to just get on board, I encourage you to shift your approach. Start thinking about how you can engage your staff, your students, your community in a deeper way. Create spaces for open, sometimes messy discussions, and work together to build a shared vision that people can both believe in and rally around. In the end, it's not about forcing everyone to just do anything. It's about creating the conditions where they want to be a part of the journey. And when that happens, well, that's when the real magic begins. A Slice with Dice is a production of the Arkansas School for Mathematics, Sciences, and the Arts. I hope today's reflection sparked some thoughts for your own journey. If you enjoyed the episode, please subscribe, share, and leave a review. Let's keep learning and leading together. Until next time, keep striving for growth and excellence. Thanks for tuning in.